Hello. Hello YouTube and welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am sitting at one of my favorite places in my city by the water. Ugh, such a vibe. It is sunny out and it's not too cold. Well, again, for me until it's 20 degrees Celsius, it's not hot. But it's currently I think 3, 4 degrees, something like that. But anyways, it feels nice to be outside. So I'm very grateful. And I just spoke to my best friend, and whenever I talk to her, it always puts me in a good mood. So I'm very jolly right now, and I woke up feeling good as well. So I guess it's just riding the wave. But anywho, today I want to talk about. I want to piggyback right on yesterday's conversation on my last video, where I talk about spring and having this sense of renewal, of rebirth, and what we look to either improve, change, or transform in our lives, as well as what we desire to build upon, on the things that are going good. And so, yesterday, if you didn't watch the video, go ahead and watch it. I'll try to link it up here or put it down in the description box. But after doing that list, here's my next step. Once the vision is clear, the list is clear, and I know what I want, or more so, I know the space that I want to move into within myself, to expand into something different. The next step is to embody that version because it first happens in the mind and then the body follows. So let's say, for example, when I said that I desire to run 1 kilometer by the end of the summer, okay, without stopping. There's a tiny bit of resistance in my mind because I'm not a big fan of running, but I used to run when I was little. I was really good. I played soccer. I was a gymnast, so running is a thing. And even as a young adult, at one point picked it, I picked it back up again, and it was going good. But then I started traveling a lot, so I couldn't keep up. But now I'm thinking, okay, because I'm committing to staying in my city, at least so far, I'm committed to staying in my city for the spring and the summer because I really full joy being here during those seasons. I decided, okay, I have, let's say, 6 months ahead of me where I can really commit to this, invest into it, and take the daily actions that will support that new version of myself. That version of myself that I already am because I already did it before, but now to really embody her. So, first things first, I go in my mind's eye, in my imagination, and I see myself running that kilometer. And it helps. The fact that I've done it before helps because I can just tap back into that version of myself that actually did it. And so I just go in my mind's eye and I see her, I am her, and I feel it in my body. I can feel my legs just going forward. I can hear my feet when they're, tapping on the ground as I run. I can feel my arms going back and forth. I feel my breath and its rhythm. And I can even picture the trails where I'll run. I feel the weather on my skin, the clothes on my skin, the wind against my face. I feel it all. I really embody it. I live it in my mind's eye. I make it real. And from that point, because I involve all my senses, it really becomes a living experience, like a real time living experience. And so it's the same thing with the cleanse that I was talking about. So I know that it's going to come up in the next few weeks, maybe towards the end of the month, before my next cycle starts. I can already see myself because I've done that before as well. I've done many cleanses in my life. So I see myself in the morning, like drinking the water, preparing the tea, drinking the tea. I can taste it. I can feel the cup in my hands and the hot cup. I see myself preparing my meals and my meals being according to the changes that I desire to make for that cleanse. I can feel my body feeling light. I can also feel myself thinking about meals that I will, you know, put a pause on during the cleanse, but knowing that, oh, they're gonna taste so good once I move out of the cleanse. I see myself going on my walks. I see myself meditating. I see myself journaling, taking the time to note down how my body feels every day during that cleanse. I see myself doing the dry skin brushing. I see myself doing yoga sequences, asanas on my mat, and doing the postures that support my cleanse. I see it all, I feel it all, I involve all my senses once again, and I also see myself at the end of the cleanse transitioning back into, the the next wave of what my body is asking for after that cleanse. I see myself completing that. And so the more I tap into my imagination and into really living it within myself, in my mind's eye, and in my body, it allows me to embody it, and I can feel my whole self, my whole being just accepting the experience that's to come. It's already happened in my mind's eye, so the resistance falls away or just dissolves if ever, like, let's say if I think of coffee and not having it, of course there's, a little pinch within myself where I really love having coffee in the morning, but I also, when those thoughts come up, I always think it's okay. We'll have coffee later on. No problem. This is not a no more coffee for life. This is simply taking a moment and giving the body what it's asking for, doing this cleanse. It's necessary, and you always end up feeling very good afterwards. And then when you're ready, when it's time, we'll have the coffee again. No problem. And then that helps dissolve the resistance that I may feel. So I encourage you or I invite you to maybe try that as well. See what happens when you embody the version of yourself that is living, that is being, the one who runs, or the one who does a cleanse, or the one who changes careers, or the one who starts a new project, the version of you who maybe takes more time to be in nature. I don't know what they're talking about, but something will go on. And so, yeah, to really see it in your mind's eye like a movie, but you are the main character in that movie, so you're living it. And I must say, because I studied in theater in college, I graduated from professional theater. And, we worked a lot on character building. And even if you had like two lines in a play or in a production or whatever, you had to create a whole character with a backstory and, their quirks, their personalities, their habits, the way that they, hold their bodies, all that, right? And I must say that in hindsight, it's really helped me when it came to embodying versions of myself that have done the things that I desire to experience because, I was literally trained for it, trained to create these characters. So I just transitioned that into creating these versions of myself. So let's say when I decided to become a traveling yoga teacher, when it was time to become her, when I signed up for the yoga teacher training, and because I knew for sure that that was the direction I was going to take, it was very easy for me to create that version of myself in my head that was the yoga teacher who traveled. I saw it. I determined her habits, I determined her routines, and I very easily transitioned into that version of myself. I picked it up almost immediately. So it comes easier to me because I've had that training, but you don't need to have that type of training to do that. You can just again see, let's say, the version of you that I don't know runs, okay? And okay, well, the version of me who runs, what are their habits? When they wake up in the morning, what's on their mind? Is it the run first, or at least to go for a walk? What type of stretches they'd like to do? When would they do it in the day? When would be a right time? What kind of diet that version of myself eats, because it'll affect the runs. So also scheduling the meals around the run. You're not gonna go run after you had a burger and fries and a big Coke or something. So you already see, okay, well, what is this version of myself's habits? And even when it comes to the finances, okay, well, this version of myself would definitely invest in a good pair of shoes. So, okay, let me go to the store, let me talk to the people there and see what they recommend for somebody who begins this running journey. Maybe this version of myself, knowing myself, needs some support, needs a team of people, a group of people to encourage me into this journey. And so maybe look for running groups in the neighborhood, people that I can go run with. Or maybe this version of myself gets a running coach. And so you look up running coaches and see, who you can link up with and can help you on this journey. Or maybe this version of yourself, because of who you know yourself to be, if you're easily you can easily just get up and be about what you're about, then maybe this version of yourself just gets up in the morning, puts on their shoes, and goes for a run. But you can take time to really see and decide, how does this version of myself live? how how do they do what they do? How are they about what they're about? Again, the habits, the rituals, the behavior, the behavioral patterns, the thought patterns, what are their beliefs, and really see, on one hand, who you are at this very moment, and then who this version of you is, the one who runs, and see where, okay, there are elements that I already have within myself right now that definitely match. I can build upon that, or there are elements within myself that, okay, they will need to be transmuted or changed into something different in order to match that. Because let's say if you're somebody who you don't even go for a walk, you're not interested in walking, but now you're thinking, okay, I want to take it to another level and start running for whatever reason that you have. You're going to have to make new decisions in regards to how you do what you do. So new habits, you're going to have new thoughts. You're going to have to start thinking, okay, I'm a runner. And therefore, when I get up in the morning, maybe I go for a walk. Maybe at lunchtime, I go on a light jogging for 15 minutes. But you're going to have to start making new decisions for yourself so that it matches the version of you who is a runner. Do you see what I'm saying? Anywho, but I am very excited at the thought of at the thought of running on one hand, because every time I see people run, I'm like, yeah, you got this, and oh man, I could do it too. I used to do it. Why don't I pick it back up again? And then it's up to me to see if it really doesn't feel good at all for me, if it doesn't match, what feels right within myself, I can stop and do something different. But right now, it makes sense. I see it in my mind's eye, so okay, let's do it. You see what I'm saying? So you can always change your mind later if it really does not resonate with you. But give yourself a chance to try new things and to explore different versions of yourself that does things that are outside of your comfort zone. Because you know what? Maybe I'll talk about this in another video, but one day you will die. We're all gonna go. If there is one guarantee with this life, is that one, we are born, and then two, that we're gonna go. So while you're here, why not live it up? You know, I'm not saying go do crazy shit, but explore yourself, explore the things that you can do, and see, well, man, like, okay, I always thought of myself in this way, but what if I thought of myself in a different way? Maybe there is a version of me that actually runs. Why not explore that? And I've seen so many videos on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, of people who, have issues with their weight, with their health, and then they start doing things that they never would have done before. They start running, they start training, and you see their journeys over the course of 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and they completely change their bodies and completely change their mindsets. And it's something they never thought of for themselves before. Or maybe it was a very quiet voice somewhere in the back of their minds, but they never really, connected with it, you know, for whatever reasons. But then something made it so that it became louder and they decided to commit, and then they changed their lives. So why not explore different aspects of yourself? So with this spring, with this wave of renewal and rebirth in the air, ride that wave. Explore new versions of yourself. Whatever is calling you, go for it. One spoonful at a time, one step at a time. But in your mind's eye, go ahead and embody that version of yourself, because the body will follow and your outer reality will mirror your inner reality. You will magnetize into your life everything that you need for you to live that life, to really, like, fully in the 3D live that life. But first, it happens in your mind's eye, okay? It happens in your mind's eye and it's lived in your body. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you have any questions. And of course, if this video resonates with you, if this is your vibe, please like and subscribe. There are more videos to come. I look forward to sharing more with you. Thank you for watching. If you're here all the way to the end, I hope you have a beautiful day. I'm sending you much positive vibes. So on that note, I'll let you go, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.